kindergarten. Last week we were talking about our analog time. This one says 6 o'clock. Today and for the rest of this week, we're going to be talking about our digital time. Can you think of any place in your house that has a digital clock? I know that my stove has a digital clock. My microwave has a digital clock. My phone has a digital clock. You might see digital clocks way more than you see analog clocks. So we're going to learn how to read time on digital clocks today. So, kindergarten, I'm going to put my analog clock over here for now, and I'm going to show you how we read a digital clock. So, I have my dry erase board. I'm going to turn it into a clock. Just wait. So here is my digital clock. It's digital because it has numbers on it. It doesn't have any hands. There's no minute hand, there's no hour hand, and it's electric. See my buttons I put at the top? That's because it's electric. All right, kindergarten, so when we looked at our analog clock, we saw that this says 6 o'clock. We know that because the minute hand is pointing up at the 12, which means o'clock, and the hour hand is pointing down at the 6, which means 6, so it's 6 o'clock. When we look at a digital clock, we don't look and see where hands are. We just look and see what the numbers say. It's a little easier to read than an analog clock. Whenever we see that it says 0, 0, that means o'clock. So when we look at our analog clock, we know that it's o'clock when we see the hand up on the 12. There's no 12 over on a digital clock to tell us that it's o'clock. We have to look at the 0, 0. That's how we're going to know that it's o'clock. And then it's going to be just like how we do it on an analog clock. We're going to look and see what the hour is. And the hour, nothing's pointing to it. It's just telling us. So this is 6 o'clock. So here is 6 o'clock on a digital clock, and here is 6 o'clock on an analog clock. They are both 6 o'clock. Let's read some other digital times. Do you know what time this is? This is 3 o'clock. My hour is 3, and I have 0, 0 over here, so it is 3 o'clock. Do you know what this time is? This one is 10 o'clock. I have a 10 on this side and 0, 0 on this side, which means o'clock. So it is 10 o'clock. Your last time today is 12 o'clock. We have a 12 on this side, 0, 0 on this side, which means o'clock. So it is 12 o'clock. Kindergarten, you have an awesome game that I gave you that you can play either by yourself or with someone else in your house. It is time memory. So you have all these cards that you need to cut out and then flip them over, and then you're going to try to match your times. You could try and match your digital time with your analog time. You can try and match your digital time with your written time, or you can try to match all 3 of them together. Whichever one you choose to do, I want you to make sure that you have your digital time in there, okay? Kindergarten, you're doing a great job so far. So, I have for you a warm fuzzy right here. Keep up the good work and go have fun with your game.